Folks, are you ready? It's time for another edition of Bands You Should Know. It's been a little while since I did one of these. I don't even know if I remember how to do it. Let's give it a shot. We're back. Another band you should know, and I'm moving back into the world of thrash metal with a band that, once again, it's a band that I don't know why this band doesn't get talked about all the fucking time. They put out 2 killer albums, and we're going to discuss all of that shit. We're going to be talking about a band from Milwaukee, Wisconsin that literally takes all of the best elements of thrash metal and speed and power and progressive, and it throws them all together into some of the classiest fucking metal ever made. We're going to be talking about the band Realm. So, Realm. As I said, they're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they formed around 1985, and for the first few years, they were doing some demos and kind of figuring out the lineup of the band. There were some people coming and going, but eventually they solidified a killer lineup, and they ended up releasing their very first album in 1988, Endless War. This is a fucking killer debut album. This came out in 1988, like I said, and it's an amazing record to me because it's so well done, but also it's the kind of record that will please the thrash metal fans as well as the power metal fans and progressive metal fans. I think everybody can get something out of this. It's just an amazing balance of speed, aggression, and melody, and let's listen to a little bit of it. It's so well done, and the best thing about it, like a lot of great albums, it gives you a variety of takes on their sound. They give you different songs from different angles of kind of what they're trying to do, so you're not given the same shit over and over again. So there you go. There is the dudes in Realm right there, and really, like, there's so many standout performances on this album, but the vocalist, whose name is Mark Ottoni, he's the kind of vocalist that does the high-pitched kind of vocals that most of the time I'm kind of not really into. But when it's done with a good amount of power, it actually sounds really good. And he fucking nails all the vocals on this album. All of the guitar work is amazing. There's so many great sort of dual lead guitar moments, and there's great progressive moments where there's, odd time signatures and abrupt shifts, and all of the things that just make me so excited to listen to an album are in Endless War. Nothing about this album is average. This is easily an album that should be talked about along all the other overly discussed thrash albums from the 80s. And on top of all of the great shit that's already on here, there is an amazing cover of the song Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles, which when I first saw that was a track on here, I'm like, oh, let's see how it goes. And it goes fucking great. Overall, this is a killer debut album. Let's take a look at things. First off, my copy has a couple little added extras. Look right here, we have a letter to, I guess, whom it may concern about Realm.
Dear music director, tired of the same old droning rock and roll? No pizzazz, no punch? Well, look no further, because in your hands happens to be the pride of Midwest metal maniacs, Realm. Sort of like Metallica meets Rush. This debut album, Endless War, produced by new age artist Jim Bartz, is a unique blend of progressive heavy metal with thrash-oriented rhythms. Oh, and surprise, the singer can actually sing.
And along with that, we have a great little bio of Realm. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm gonna scroll the whole thing here. And if you want to go and look at things in slow motion or pause it on your TVs or computers, please feel free to do so. but it gives you a lot of information on the band Realm. So clearly there was some promotion going on. Why would there not be? This album's fucking amazing, and the good shit doesn't stop there. So after the band toured around on Endless War, they actually did a little bit of touring with a band called Acrofet, who I also did a Bands You Should Know on. I'll post that below. Go check it out. But after that, they got straight to work on their second full-length album, and let's talk about it. In 1990, the band released Suiciety. Like any great band, they upped the ante on everything they were doing on this album. This album is, to use a phrase that I use often, so fucking good. This album's a bit heavier on the technical side of things, a bit lighter on the power side of things, but it's still fucking riff central from front to back. This is like the 1-2 punch of Endless War followed by Suiciety. This band, from what you hear, they had so much more great shit in them, and it just sucks that this was the last album that Realm would release. There you go. There's the dudes on the back there. Let's take a look at this record. I know we didn't look at the other actual vinyl, but you kind of saw it. There wasn't a lot more to look at. But this one has a printed inner sleeve with some lyrics. No other photos or anything, but you got some lyrics, and that's good. I love being able to know what the fuck people are saying, don't you? And since I have it out, you saw it in the clip, but basic road racer label on the vinyl. Nothing special, but I guess I talk about vinyl a lot on my channel, so I like to show some records. So Suiciety is my favorite of the two Realm albums. It's just a more mature offering, but other than that, it is just the best kind of boundary pushing metal made by a group of insanely talented musicians, and highly recommended if you haven't heard it. Both of their albums. But like I said, unfortunately, Suiciety was the last album from Realm. Apparently, their record deal with Roadrunner kind of ran its course. And while they were working on shit for the third album, a record deal just didn't end up happening for them for whatever reason. I'm guessing you're talking about the early 90s time when bands like this were just shit on and nobody'd give them the time of day. And unfortunately, it happened to a lot of bands, but even some fucking killer bands. So Realm ended up fizzling out. And then a few years later, I believe 3 of the members from Realm started another band called White Fear Chain, and they put out one album in the mid-90s, which is good. It's a little bit different than Realm, but still worth checking out. But that's the end of the story for Realm. Now, I do know that Realm did get back together and do some reunion shows. And I feel like maybe there's some rumblings of a reunion of some sort. But unfortunately, I believe it was earlier this year, one of the guitar players, Paul Leganowski, unfortunately passed away. So one integral member of the band is no longer with us. But I have a feeling that if these guys want to forge ahead and continue his legacy, I'm not going to have any problem with it. I'm looking forward to whatever the guys in Realm have up their sleeves, whether it's just some shows or if it's some new music. Who knows? That's the cool thing about doing these videos, is that sometimes you end up connecting with band members from the band, and maybe they didn't even know there was that much of an interest in the band. So that's where you guys kind of come in with me, because I'm here, tooting the horn for these bands. But put your comments down below about what you think. Are you already into Realm? Do you know them? Is this your first time? What do you think about the clips that I played? Let's just get the ball rolling with some conversation, because that's what these videos are all about. They're all about talking about bands that I feel don't get talked about enough. And I say it over and over again on other videos, but with history, we're just getting further and further away from this music. And eventually, if you don't talk about shit, nobody's going to talk about it, and it will just become something that basically doesn't even exist. And I don't want that kind of shit to happen. So here's me carrying that torch for amazing music like Realm, a band you should know, and now you do. All right. That is it for this edition of Bands You Should Know. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe, share this video. Go join the Old Head Bangers Facebook group and join in on the sharing the love and music. All right, that's all I got for today. I'll see you all again very soon.